with Taylor Swift, everybody. Your name was brought up on the show recently. Zoe Kravitz was here. She's a friend of yours.
Yes.
And she told a story really about your kindness and about how you invited her and her mom, Lisa Bonet, to stay at your home after the fires in California. And then she also said that her mom had a snake and the snake got loose in your house. So we just want to give you a chance to tell Taylor's version, if you will, of this snake in the house story.
I just want to preface this with, we've all got that one friend.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And I just remember getting a call from my head of security and him trying to explain this story to me. And my first question was, what snake?
Yeah.
I was unaware of the presence of the snake.
I guess that's
on
funny.
On the premises.
If someone calls and says the snake is loose and you didn't even know there was a snake.
Did not know there was a snake. But I kind of found myself listening to this and I'm like, okay. Okay, and I hate to first and last name a friend, but it's important in this situation. Okay, so Zoe Kravitz and Lisa Bonet are holding on to a Burmese python. It's halfway in the wall. There's a man standing with an axe who has just chopped up a custom vintage antique cupboard.
Yeah.
There's splinters on the floor. They're looking, in my mind, they're looking up over their shoulder. This is an Annie Leibovitz shoot.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
This is the chicest thing I've ever heard in my life. Zoe's wearing like head to toe the row. I'm like, this is a YSL ad, not a problem.
Yeah.
It just sounds incredible. I'm sad I didn't see it.
I know. It was incredible that the story was they always had half the snake.
Exactly.
Like the only part of the snake that got lost was the front half.
All I'm seeing are just like the elite cheekbones.
Yeah, they really.
And I'm just like, I can't even be mad.
If you can take a good picture when you're holding on for dear life to the back half of a snake, you can take a good picture anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just like, I did play the little game in my head because I know her well enough to know she's not gonna tell me about this until it's fixed.
Yeah.
I know her so well. And I'm like, I just kept a little countdown on my phone, like just counting the days. I think it was like 3 weeks. Exactly the amount of time it took to fix the damaged cupboard.
She waited, yeah.
And
that's
she's
smart.
she's like sitting at my house. She's like, hey, so like I'm just gonna tell you about something that happened now that it's fixed. And I was like, you had a snake in the house and it got loose and it was in the wall and they had to get an axe and and she's like, I told them not to tell you.
You were like, they didn't tell me, you just have that vibe.
I've been...
That's the vibe you're giving off, Zoe. That's the vibe. I know people. I can read people.
Yeah, it just seemed like that was what you were gonna say. No, I just, yeah, that was, I was like, dude, I've been laughing about this for 3 weeks.
It's so good. You're a very nice friend to have house guests, with snake or no snake.
Thanks so much.
I've talked many times, it's one of my favorite stories, about the monologue song you wrote at SNL. But I haven't talked to you. I just went back and rewatched, we wrote a sketch for you called Firelight, which was a Twilight parody where Bill Hader was a Frankenstein.
Yes.
But in the rewatch, we were like, you're doing some of the best lip-biting acting.
Thank you.
You really brought a lot to the table.
Thank you so much. So I was really trying to bring the smoldering intensity of the moment because this is back in 2009, I believe. I was 19, I was hosting SNL for the first time. And now that I look back, I am so lucky that we got to like do anything around something as iconic and 2009 as Twilight.
It's true.
Like, I look back and I'm just like, yes!
It's really good.
Oh my God, it was so cool. So the vibe of the sketch was that actually it's not a vampire that I'm in love with, it's a Frankenstein.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Bill Hader played Frankenstein.
Very well.
Very well. And this was like, I look back on this week of my life, this was like, to me, like the most exciting thing that had ever happened to me in my life at 19. And like, and definitely like hosting SNL, like that was absolutely the most amount of times I've changed clothes, like at that point until the Eras Tour.
Oh, that was, you knew you could do the Eras Tour because of SNL.
I knew I could do the Eras Tour, like I can get these costume changes. Like this is the most fast-paced thing ever, but like SNL was so much fun, and that's when I got to meet you.
It's fantastic. We were very lucky. All of us were so lucky to meet you back then. All right. You love numerology, well established.
Yeah.
You love numbers.
Yeah.
So I just want to throw out something about tonight's show and have you tell me like if it means anything to you.
Okay.
So this is true. Tonight is our 1,713th show, 1713. Do they know already?
So on top of the fact that you got the 13,
Yeah.
it adds up to 12, right?
Yeah.
Are we adding up to 12?
Yeah, it does.
Which is my 12th album.
Unbelievable.
So we're doing it.
Like,
Okay. All right.
it's like being with that beautiful mind guy. Like you just have like a chalkboard in your head behind you. All right, we've talked about how you relieve stress with your bread and your bread puns. I know that you literally worked on this album while you were doing the Eras tour, which is mind-boggling. I think to everybody who hears it, that you were doing this like a seminal tour and also like working on this album. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So like my question is, when do you sleep? And is it harder when you know there's a snake in the house?
I actually sleep a lot and I sleep often. It's just that I don't do anything other than this when I'm not sleeping.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not, I don't have a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, it does make sense, but I'm wondering, is it like out of your control? Like, so you have this album done, and I think some people when they would finish this, but like, is it just are new songs just gonna like find their way to you before you even know it? Like,
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I'm very lucky to get to do what I love so much that it just kind of is like I have to like do things like bake bread to stop the songs from happening because it's just sort of like I love it so much. It's like an extension of me like breathing air, right? It's just really fun and I don't know. I don't do anything else though. So it's like it seems like it's like oh you work so much. It's like but that's all I don't, it's not work and it's all I do and I'm like not good at sports or anything else. Like I'm not like out here, like I'm not well-rounded.
yeah.
This is my thing, my one thing. So it's like, that's the one thing I do.
I think all of us believe that you're very well-rounded and you're wonderful to be around as well. And just thank you so much for making it back on the show. We are always so happy.
Thank you for coming, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for the
Taylor
support.
Swift, everyone. Her new album, The Light.